everyone. It's interesting to hear the presentation of Dr. Nudi. And yeah, I have learned many ideas from your very inspiring sharing, and which is out of my expertise. However, I guess we all agree that we follow the same immediate line to reach net zero target, and Vietnam also have our commitment for net zero by 2050. So, it's very happy to see we are all trying our best to utilize our country's strengths to solve the problem. So, thanks, Wu Fang and the team for letting me join this conversation today to share about our point of view from Vietnam with what we have been doing so far with IT resource in automation and robotics. And my presentation will focus on how we can collaborate internationally, or particularly in Vietnam, to commercialize the practice solutions to solve the problem. Yeah, my name is Kelly. I'm CEO of BHub. We have been in IT promotion sectors for nearly 5 years, and we focus on the three industry domains, including IT offshore, BPO, and EdTech education, and also MedTech healthcare. So in, share with you today, I will focus on three main key points that I would share with you some other glance about Vietnam, and how we are embracing IT capability in all the aspects of economics and life, and also how we can value in automation and robotic software solutions. And the final one is some of my recommendation on possible collaboration models between the countries. Yeah, for Vietnam, I guess you know Vietnam published recently. We nearly achieved 100 million population, and we rank like 15 globally. I guess it is a significant manpower for IT industry, since we are quite young population. And Vietnam recently have been open aggressively for international collaboration, and we are also a member of many free trade agreements. And good news that by 2023, the FDI to Vietnam achieved over 36 billion US dollar. And in fact, in Vietnam now, we by January of 2024, we have over 900,000 enterprise, and including 98% is SME. SME in Vietnam, we are. It means that we are very agile and easy to change, and we are very adaptive with digital transformation, and that is our very big market for software solution providers so far. And yeah, one more very important thing is our government's policy that we will set the mission towards the 2030 and 2045, that we set the priority sector, including 8 sectors from industrial, manufacturing, healthcare, education, banking, finance, logistics, energy, natural resource, and environment. Uh, this also result in a very booming development of IT resource in the last couple of decades in every aspect of economics and life. And yeah, Vietnam is now one of the top 10 software development center of the world for IT offshore. And I would like to share with you the four government orientation. How about Vietnam team capability in automation and robotics? I would not mention about how we can produce things since it's not our strength you do. But along with the journey to net zero, we are now also positioning how Vietnam can be in the technology map of the world. And in fact, Vietnamese people are very good at math, and we take our advancement in advanced technologies. In the screen now, you can see that from IT and physics sectors, we have a 20 prioritized technologies sectors that Vietnam will focus to develop as one of our country core strengths. The first one is, and you can see that the ones in orange or yellow in your screen colors that are technologies that are available in among our IT communities in Vietnam so far, and the rest one is we are just on the way for R&D and investment to develop. That you can also see that we are working better for IT field than physics. But the good news is for recent report by Vietnam Software IT Service Association that conduct on 62 IT leading companies in Vietnam. Uh, there's just three companies that have not conducted or applied any of the yellow technologies here in the software development. And for the rest of the list, we do all apply one, two, or three advanced technologies here in our IT service to clients and partners. Yeah. Uh, yeah, in terms of automation and robotics, from the latest surveys of Vietnam Automation Association, that Vietnam so far our enterprise operating in the third, fourth, fifth level of automation, which means we are at application of digital technology, etc. AI-based intelligent automation and self-determination. It means that in Vietnam there's really a blue ocean for solution provider in terms of automation and robotics. Uh, so, why is the IT workforce in Vietnam? Recently we no longer talk about our red card competitiveness. We used to be one of the reasonable rate card compared with the other countries in terms of IT service and software or software development. It still be the fight of today, but we no longer position us as a reasonable price or something. But we do apply all the advanced technologies now available in Vietnam, and our manpowers have very proactive and agile mindset with highly experienced. And Vietnam ranks the second in Asia Pacific from the Global Skill Index by 2020 for technology skills. Maybe here's some you will read about news of Vietnam. Not so many videos from Vietnam in global talents of physics or mathematics. We are good at research, and that is that's why we now have been doing so well in software and IT service association, software and IT service sector. Yeah. One of our advanced or unique for IT manpower is the elite proficiencies and good communication skill. Uh, yeah, uh, Almost 90% of our developers or engineers who can speak English well, and at least 20% of them can communicate directly with the clients and join brainstorming for a variety of business topics. I guess for a country that don't apply English as a mother tongue is a very unique selling point or advantage of Vietnam manpower compared to the other software development centers in the world. Yeah, uh, yeah, and of course, for Vietnam, yeah, for nowadays we are one of the countries that have a low cultural barriers in working with uh, variety resource of clients or partner in the world, and that makes Vietnam out from the crowd. We can be adaptive with any with many business control or model. So uh, yeah, recently you're seeing the areas of application of yeah automation and robotics so far in Vietnam. One, two, three, four, seven areas. The first one is education. So far, we also use automation and robot in assisting learning, and yeah, mostly it's assisting learning. That maybe you can see some robot to play around with the children in some STEM and STEAM centers throughout Vietnam, with a very significant prize, I have to say. Yeah, the last time I talked to one of my friend who is the CEO, and they do have their own core technology, also product, uh, a robot named Tien, and his company is now researching to optimize the cost of producing the robots. So far, I remember the price around like 500 US dollar or lower. And now they are trying to reduce it even more. And robotics for healthcare, we do apply so robots in surgery. And of course, there are others like yeah, industrial robotics with 3D printing, logistics, etc. And of course, the same to other countries. We conduct mostly the research and development within the university, and some of the big IT companies they do have their R&D team in the company. But I have to say that it's not so many not so much big performance so far, except for some very big corporations like FPT, etc. Sun. Yeah, on the right is featuring about manufacturing. You can see that there are five popular technologies that we are applying in smart manufacturing, including big data, simulation, 3D processing, monitor control, and robotics automation. Yeah, from this yeah, you also see that the two leading manufacturing sectors, three ones that include food, beverage, construction, and electronics. Electronics, I have to say mostly from API and food beverage. We have more yeah Vietnamese corporation than electronics and also construction. Uh, yeah. So how we can collaborate in terms of ICT or IT communication and technologies to enter Vietnamese market. I would not say that Vietnam will be your market only, but today I will share with you three of business models that we can be to accelerate uh, our advanced solution in automation and robotics. Yeah, you're seeing that the seventh, yeah, we have a diversified market in Vietnam so far. Most of the global brands in the country also in here, from ICT to finance, lifestyle, etc. So Vietnam can be your market. That is the first model that I would like to highlight. Um, yeah, on the left, you see that that industry where automation and robotics to be early adopter as my recommendation. and from the latest report of the manufacturing outlook, that automotive electronics you knew that is one of Vietnam traditional industry, and we find manufacturing, education, retail, and banking. So the motivation that makes Vietnam have no choice but aggressively to apply advanced technologies for automation in those industries. That the first one is cost efficiency. That yeah, as I mentioned before, that not only IT workforce but the other workforce in Vietnam so far is not is no longer our number one advanced, but increase nowadays and even manual workforce. So this forced the big corporation to apply advanced technology to automate their supply chain and manufacturing chain. And the second is the global demands on high supply capacity with stable quality. Vietnam so far we are not so good at mass production while keeping the same quality. So yeah, for 4.0 economies today is for Vietnam to face the challenge and competitiveness from the other countries that we need to digitalization and digital transform our production to achieve a higher supply capability while still remain the international standard of quality. And the third reason is the domestic demands on smart products and service with high quality and high responsiveness. Vietnamese people are very aligned with the new things. That is a fact. And it's not just only they are demanding from global market, but also domestic new consumers. We are now the young people, young person like generation Y, and they request everyone has a smartphone and they know what's happening out of Vietnam, and also they they uh, they want the better product. When they have a chat, when they have a request, they want respond immediately. So that is why we also have to make our process is adaptive with this new challenge. And on the right, you can see that we have a six jobs that to be divided for development throughout Vietnam. It means that all the resource policy will continue to be developed in accordance with the separate characters of each job. And you also see that there are plenty of global firms we already present in Vietnam. We are really an amazing market for automation and robotic products or service providers in the world. Uh, but I would like to recommend you one more thing that we are not only market, but we are software solution vendors. Especially all the policy and communications authority of Vietnam that product on the same position can be at the same time job market. But IT offshore centers. And the other thing that I would like to recommend you the best is that we can be a hybrid partner that includes both market and software development centers. So since the beginning of the decade and a half that software outsourcing industry or ITO BPO in Vietnam has flourished, and we are one of the top best country for IT outsourcing, and I guess the rank is now higher. We have 1.5 billion, 150 billion total revenue ICT industry estimated by the last year report by the Ministry of Information and Communications of Vietnam. And out of that IPO market is projected to reach 600, nearly 700 millions US dollar in 2024, and expect to show an annual growth rate of over 12% towards 2029. And yeah, so far the revenue, the volume of the market will reach over 1 billion by 2029 by at this start. And about the workforce, in Vietnam, we have a total around 240 higher education facilities, and but most of them, most of them, I have to say, is now having IT training, providing about 60,000 IT engineers annually recently. And we set the target that by 2030, Vietnam will have 1 million engineers. I know that is a very desirable target, but more and more higher education universities or college is now having their IT subject in Vietnam so far. And yeah, 4,000 is our 10,000 pool so far is quite far from the target, right? And the next one will be the last model, and the one that I recommend you guys, the international partner. And I'm not sure if it is can be some of the reference for you to apply in your country, in Indonesia or other country. That I guess it is something that applies to Vietnamese IT capability for you to consider. Then how about yeah, the international clients or partner or you is let's say that you are our client. You have some like solution or a product for automation and robotics to deploy in Vietnam to enter Vietnam market. And
Thank you. Very impressive list of clients that you had provided so many high level recommendations. Let me ask,
how did
how did
you
you develop
so
so
profound
profound
insights
insights
into
into
the
the
situation with the
situation with
very
the very
detailed
detailed
recommendations, both
recommendations,
from
both from
governmental
governmental
sources,
sources and
business
business
sources?
sources?
Is it a
Is this a
result of
result of
your
your
personal
personal
interest, or
interest,
is
or
sorry, can you please come again?
the question
the question
is,
is,
who are
who
the
are the
authors of
authors
this
of this
very comprehensive,
comprehensive,
very
very
interesting
interesting
presentation?
presentation?
Your
Your
sources, because
sources,
it
because
looks
it looks as
very
very
well
well
prepared
prepared,
and
very
advanced.
advanced.
Mm-hmm. Thanks very much. Thanks for the questions. That the model is the yeah, BHub group idea. I have talked with my partners and all the fact and figures they collected from variety resources with the latest news in Vietnam so far. I would like to share with you. You have the question?
Right?
There is
There
some
is
association
association
with some
some
sorry,
sorry,
Yes, yes,
robotics.
yes. We
robotics
do have.
association.
Yes, we do have. We do have three associations working in automation.
All right.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
So this is
and the
This
ecosystem. Yeah.
all
all
countries.
countries.
Sorry, some of them is local association, and the other is national association. Is that the question? So many local resources in Vietnam to join the ecosystem so far. We do have, you can see on the screen that the logos here is the IT players in Vietnam. They do produce software solution as product or IT service. And the first line that include FPT, VHDL, and Open Classroom, MISA, and OMT, they do have their own robot with is made in Vietnam, made by Vietnamese engineers. Yeah, I wish I can have opportunities to introduce to you yeah, in the next occasion. And for the other, that you can pick any of them. They can be your partner, local partner in Vietnam who plays the hybrid role, that they can be your IT software development partner. And if we are talking about, yeah, we divide them as horizontal industry. We can see here they are operating in education, healthcare, manufacturing, e-commerce, retail, etc. And let's say that where's your automation solution and robotics from? In
So
your opinion,
far, it all looks very encouraging. So, general
view,
view
the general image of Vietnam
Vietnam
as a
as a
destination
destination
for
for
high-tech
high-tech
technology is
technology
definitely
definitely
positive.
positive,
And
and
with
with
numbers like
partners like
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 you,
you, like you and partners like
seeing
association,
for sure
yeah,
we will
will
continue that
continue the
cooperation.
cooperation.
yeah, sure. So we have a formula of 10-5 to introduce to you that collaborating with a hybrid partner that can help you all the things on the left and lead to all the outcomes on the right. That you will have someone to back up in Vietnam, get access to the market faster, and optimizing market entry resource. Easy to scale up and especially, last but not least, that to reduce the risk. So let's think about what is the hybrid partner. Yeah, a little bit about we have group. We have been operating since 2020, and we focus on three domains: that education, edtech, healthcare,